Hello, welcome back. We've gone out for a tiny break. He will be back momentarily. This battle, round 3, we got Tom, Ferdied, Andrew. Tom is on Shadow Rider Carriax, or we know by 2p the game. I do not know what Andrew is playing. By multiple weeks I've now played different decks. Surprised me. Let's see what Andrew is playing for this game.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be speaking, mate.
I mean, nothing to speak about.
Oh, okay.
They're setting up.
They're still setting up.
Yeah.
Okay, so I didn't miss much.
No.
Okay. I just had to go for a quick bathroom break.
Yeah. It's just banging on around constantly. It's unreal how quick these are. We know what Tom's playing. We don't know what Andrew is playing.
He's playing Shadow Rider. They both told me.
Oh.
Separately, so they don't know what they're playing against.
Okay, we're facing a mirror match.
We are seeing a mirror. We're going to see a Pikamiku on the side of Andrew, though. That's very, very curious.
I mean, Pikamiku just put about an extra card.
Just seeing an extra card,
Yeah, extra card.
It gives you balls purpose,
Yeah.
as weird as it sounds. But seeing it this early on is not ideal. But one bit of spice that Andrew did tell me he had in his deck is, well, we can see it now.
Yeah,
Drapion. He can power that up using the Shadow Rider.
And,
you know, that's knocking out a VMAX.
Yeah, knockout VMAX.
That's really stunting.
Out.
But then we also have the spice on the side of Tom, who's playing that Mewtwo V-Star.
Yeah.
Which is going to allow him to, weaken up all of those Pokemon.
It's going to be interesting.
It's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah. Over Lugia mirror match, we all can tell.
I think there's only one Lugia here. I think everybody is just playing those the fun decks. Yeah. Are we able to revolve the light?
To what? To dark?
No, like turn it.
Yes.
Is that better?
Yeah.
That's not been moved in a while.
No. None of it needs to be moved.
Oh, I'm seeing stars.
Yeah.
There we go. Potentially we need another light just the other side. So this side of us. We have that bulb that's out there.
Yeah.
Work in progress.
Yeah,
but
we're going to make it a good.
I think that was a pass from Tom. We just see him
just
equip that
down
V-Guard, get the two V's down. Crobat on the side of Andrew, refilling that hand.
Okay, then you got the Huhuian's Heavy Ball.
Yes. Well, that Pikamiku, in such a odd prize race that this game has, that Pikamiku could be kind of nice. I'm taking that one prize early on.
That good. And
then just taking him, maybe bossing up like Crobat, bossing up, and then just going through one VMAX.
Yeah. However, he'll take out the Eternatus, so they do that what he's gonna have the game trade a panned in two.
But the Pikamiku also means that Andrew's got to find a way of getting that out of the active, and having that Mewtwo V-Star. Just having that ability to deal 100 damage to all of the bench, all the bench Vs and VMAXs, could really help, especially while he's hiding behind the enemy Pikamiku being in the active.
I mean, give out a good. I mean, he can afford to Pikamiku get KO. However, on that one, they don't really train a lot because got the two VMAX Cow Riders, so get them set up. And one of them with an NG and from Sealtron, so if you want to pound on his hand or need to dig for a certain card, you can just pop it whenever.
I honestly just think we may see Tom trying to attempt at getting that Mewtwo V-Stars attack off now while it's free. Well, almost free. Just while Andrew is kind of sitting behind a Pikamiku, because that Pikamiku isn't going to get knocked out. It's still going to be there. It's still going to be a problem.
Dig out the Professor research.
That research should hopefully find him exactly what he needs, really. Going to dig out an energy now. You can just use that on the equip for turn onto that Mewtwo. Just equip to it, and then if he finds that V-Star, then he's off to the races, really.
going to be a perfect setup. However, on that what, in the near future we can have deck lists, we can talk about their ideas.
Yeah, we've got a lot of plans for the future. Oh, he actually had the VMAX in hand as well. He's kind of popping off here. Kind of popping off. That hand does not look too great, but he is able to draw off that Underworld Door.
Yeah.
So, you know,
you can tap the energy.
And he also has that further Fog Crystal. Potentially either seeing an energy or a basic psychic here. That can help him quite a bit.
Yeah. How about some... You thinking, Calyrex, get set up for this more.
You ideally want 3.
Yeah.
Because being able to get what is potentially 4 energy per turn is very solid. That's a lot of damage you're putting down on the board. There's the Underworld Door, drawing 2.
Draw 2. Nothing much changed, nothing much.
I don't think much has changed. We see the Vacuum getting rid of that Forest Sealstone before Andrew has a chance to use it. And of course, he's just going to get rid of Adventurous Discovery. We already saw that he had one in hand and he drew another one off that Underworld Door.
You can go, keep it until that turn, you can go put 3, get Hopper set up, get the Mewtwo out, get the Veedra out, and then the 2 Calyrex out.
Yeah. We're going to see that turn just being benched.
Then
it just allows him to get that 1 VMAX, especially if he's not attacking. That's pretty solid.
Yeah, that is pretty solid. Yeah.
And with Andrew being as far behind as he is in terms of energy count, I don't think we're seeing this V-Star actually go down this turn.
No.
You never know though. you never know.
No.
The Shadow Rider does Shadow Rider things sometimes, and you just snowball and snowball. But we only see 2 VMAXs, 3 VMAXs now on the side of Andrew, so that is the 4 energy. And that is 120 damage.
Yeah, he's a card to Drapion.
120, 150. He has discarded the Drapion. He doesn't have the bench space at the moment, and he potentially has ways to recover it. And just maybe discarding it here is like praying for that surprise factor later on, because both these players really good players. We see them a lot on the podium finishes. And it's kind of insane to see so much Shadow Rider today. It's a deck that the shop has gravitated towards quite a lot recently. But maybe it's coming off the back of the success we saw Luke have last week. I know this is a pet deck of Tom's though, so
one of Tom's favourites.
We've seen him play it a couple of times. There is the research from Andrew, refreshing that hand once again, and potentially filling it with energy to draw more. There's the Fog Crystal, probably getting a basic energy down. Yeah, there we go, that is a basic energy. Gonna use Underworld Door to attach it, draw 2.
That's a nice energy as well.
That is a very nice energy tile, yeah. So we are looking at a potential of 3 Shadow Roses on either side of the board right now. And this Mewtwo, like I say, potentially going to be dealing 120 to each V next turn.
Marnie? That is surprising.
Touch.
Do again. Draw 2.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
I told you, sometimes Shadow Rider just Shadow Rider things, and you get all the energy you could possibly want. He's still got 1 more Underworld Door.
Yeah, draw
and
2.
And he's also got the attach for turn. So potentially, maybe taking that Pikachu out the active.
Yeah.
Taking it out the active with the equip for turn, and then smacking for a little bit of damage.
I mean, he can afford. To like keep him Pikachu there, and now £40 now to be boss, but then he probably won't.
I think if he does that, he doesn't pressure that Mewtwo nearly as much as he needs to do.
Nah.
He doesn't. That Mewtwo, if it comes down next turn to have that V-Star, gets that attack off.
Yeah.
That's you're playing from behind for the rest of the game. Unless there's a Cheryl. We saw it last week. I'm always conscious now of the Cheryl. We are going to see that equip for turn go onto that Pikachu. Get it out the active.
3, 6, 9, 12, 30, 40, 15.
3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, that's 15 damage. 150 damage going on to the active Mewtwo. So at the very least, if Tom does go in with this V-Star next turn, Andrew's going to get a return KO, so he gets 2 prizes and could potentially punish Tom. for that.
I mean, Tom can go for the play that is ready to like fucking one tap the Shadow Rider. However, that will hurt him more in the long run.
Honestly, I feel like just putting that 120 damage down everywhere is going to hurt him more.
Yeah.
Because any Shadow Riders don't actually need that many resources to just like start taking those prizes. Adventure Discovery coming out potentially.
Yeah.
There we go. Unfortunately, it does only search for. Can it search V-stars? I thought it was just Vs and V-maxes.
It's Vs. It's with up to 3 Vs.
We're going to see the other V come out of the deck. I think that may be just thinning more than anything.
Yeah. Also, too well as well. If you move, get KO, oh wow! If not, I'm going to put down the wall. Shadow Rider.
Yeah. See, it's going to be there. I don't think he can stretch for a KO with this Mewtwo, unfortunately.
I mean, do 90, 180, 170, 300. Nah.
I don't think he can do it.
You got no chance.
I found him recording. I am yawning a lot during this recording. It's been a very long day.
It's been a very long day.
Very long day.
Been here since 11 o'clock in the morning, tidying up.
11 o'clock's late.
Not for me. It's eerie.
For me, that's pretty late. That's a lie.
We all know what's why, isn't it?
Again, we're just seeing Tom go through the motions. He's now got that V-star up. He's now got 3 V-maxes. Sorry, and he can start powering up and really looking to hit off the boom. But yeah, we did see that we used the 120 to all Pokemon. So now everything's primed. Everything is fair game. I'm taking Tyler's spot. He's been called away on a shop business. Gonna miss him, but he'll be back. But yeah, I think potentially what we see here is Andrew just taking that return KO onto that Mewtwo. So at the very least, these 2 prizes ahead of Tom. So Tom's fighting on uphill battle. Obviously, as you know, you only need to knock out 2 V-maxes, and that is game. The heavy ball coming out. Just checking that discard. There's the Pikachu coming up. Just putting it back in hand. Which is very good because it was very annoying. It was limiting the bench of Andrew. But we're also forgetting that he does have that Drapion in the deck, so it could be that little bit of catch-up mechanics. I know he discarded 1. I'm not sure if he plays 2 or if he plays a way to get back, because you know he could be playing anything at this point. We've seen a scoop up net. We've seen a scoop up net. We've seen a a Pikachu. Almost to play for really. But we also see a Marnie coming out that limits Tom's options. That Lost City is going to get rid of that Mewtwo permanently. And putting down that fresh Shadow Rider would mean that Tom has to find a boss. Has to find that boss in order to, take full advantage of that Mewtwo's attack. If Andrew just brings up a full HP VMAX, could spell a bit of trouble. Could spell a bit of trouble for Tom. Because that means that he's kind of forced to hit those numbers. The whole point of the Mewtwo is to kind of avoid having to hit those numbers, especially against decks like this. Yeah, we're going to see that KO. And the Lost Zone of the Mew. And bringing up that Shadow Rider. And since it already had 120 taken off, it doesn't actually need to hit those numbers. Hit as high of numbers. I believe that was a Fog Crystal. Yeah, Fog Crystal's gone down. We're going to see another Underworld Door. So Tom is currently hitting only 90 which is not enough. We really need to get some energies on board, and if he whiffs this turn, this could be very deadly given the amount of energy that we see on the side of Andrew. He's got 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 210, 240, and with that choice belt, we see 250, 280. There we go. Maths is hard. We're almost seeing a VMAX 1-hit KO. So Tom needs to take out the Shadow Rider this turn, and we're hitting it 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. 15 is at 120 left. I think he just needs 1 to 2 more energy, and I don't know if that's possible. Ultra Ball, getting rid of a research, getting rid of an energy. Okay. Maybe checking if there is something else in deck that could help him get out of this situation. Because like I say, he needs to take this KO. He needs to take this KO, and he needs to take it this turn, otherwise he's facing what is a 5 prize deficit, and then he can't make any more mistakes. That's where the pressure really starts to build. And that is sometimes just what you see from Shadow Rider. Sometimes if you just don't get those energies and you don't get them quick enough, then kind of a bit sticky, kind of in a bit of a sticky situation. So we've seen 1 Underworld door used so far. There's the second one. Drawing 2. And I think we've only seen 1. If we have seen 2, then that's very devastating on the side of Tom. Very devastating. He needs to find a choice belt. Don't know where we quite searched for off that Ultra Ball. We do know it was a Shadow Rider. Ignore me. Okay. But yeah, so he's had 120 done to it. I believe Shadow Rider is 320. So it's on 200 HP right now. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. He needs that 1 more energy. I'm not entirely sure if he can actually get there, especially after losing that Mew. And like I say, Andrew is only a couple of energy equips away from actually just 1-hit KO in the Shadow Rider, and potentially just closing this game up. This is kind of a pivotal turn for Tom. Okay, we're gonna see boss onto a Crobat. I think potentially knocking out that 1 Shadow Rider on the bench may have been the wiser choice. Just because it gets 1 energy off, and that's 1 more energy that he has to find, really. You see that Fog Crystal again. We've seen a nice little open deck search there from Andrew. I think he's like, you know what? I'm on camera. I'm gonna make this easy for Reese. Make sure I can actually cast it. And I appreciate that. But yeah, he's gonna search for an energy off that Fog Crystal. Again, just opening that Underworld door, allowing him to draw more cards. I think we're gonna see him try and power up this second Shadow Rider V. Find the VMAX. There we go. He finds it. And like I said, he's very, very close on getting that 1-hit KO on that VMAX. And I think if we see that, we kind of see game, right? Because all he has to do is maybe boss that Eternatus, very low HP, boss that Eternatus, or boss the Luminion, and just take those final prizes. But again, Tom, you know, if he doesn't take a knockout this turn, equally the tides could swing in the favour of Tom. Because then Tom could potentially take a knockout next turn and be left on 1 prize also. And then we're both on 1 prize. It could be very, very, very difficult, and it kind of comes down into Tom's ballpark, because then the next turn he is then opened up to be able to take that final prize. Okay, I think that's packing up. I think that was... I don't know whose favour that went in, to be honest. We'll have to see. Maybe Andrew showed the switch and they decided, okay, Luke, you've got the knockout on the VMAX. That's fine. He definitely had the damage to do it. We've seen a very quick power shuffle from Andrew here. Very quick. Ooh. Oh, we know where their energy is. Won't know when it's shuffled, trust me. Okay. Seeing the shuffle. This is kind of the boring part, the in-between. Hey, another cool Pokemon map. Maybe try and fill the time with that. Okay. I mean, it is a cool Pokemon map. We've obviously seen the Regidrago one now. This is the third time in this series that we've seen it. But that Garbodor, that's the first time. And we see a bit of table shake. Again, the rig isn't entirely secure, but it does the job. It does the job. Okay. Shuffling up, going into that game too. Obviously, Shadow Rider is one of those decks that needs a bloody good shuffle after you've used it, because all your energy just ends up together. And, you know, sometimes that's not what you want. Energy is great, but if you're only opening a Manaphy and a handful of energy, you may find yourself losing very quickly. And then we've got Jamie versus Chris down there as well. That's not on camera, but it looks to be an interesting game. They're both very focused. Okay, Tom's ready for the cut. Brandra's like, no, I need a shuffle. Okay. There is the cut coming from them. And I think whoever we see go first probably lost the last game. I think that's the presumption I'm going to run off of. There is a mulligan on the side of Andrew. Potentially helping Tom just, you know, get that bit further set up on his first turn. Shadow Rider loves a big hand. Absolutely loves a big hand. Tyler's on his way back up. You okay, mate?
Yeah, I'm back.
He's back again.
On that situation.
So, yeah, if you're wondering why Tyler comes in and out, he's just he's actually running the shop as well. So,
And everything else.
Yeah, if you're gonna open that can, open it away from the mic, please.
Good.
Oh, is that another mulligan? Oh no, he did have the Shadow Rider V down. I mean, much better than the start last game where he opened Pikachu. I know it's the Eternatus. Oh no, that's worse. That is so much worse. Especially given his hand, like I said, if you open a handful of energy and nothing else, he is able to at least find. Okay, so I'm guessing Andrew scooped the last game. You're gonna see that Fog Crystal come out. Obviously gonna probably search a basic Shadow Rider V.
It's good.
And then he's got the quick ball in hand as well, so he can get straight to Mulligan. Are you okay? Tyler is ill, unfortunately. Whatever lurgy I had last week, he has unfortunately ended up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reason why I took a week off casting last week. I was pretty ill, but I did pretty well. Came third, I believe. Third overall last week. I was playing Giratina. Quick balling away that Roxanne. Okay. Again, probably going to see that Shadow Rider come out. Yeah. Oh, it's a Crobat. Yeah, he's going to try and go even further this turn. Crobat's not been used in many decks recently, so I keep forgetting that he's actually in the format. It was just kind of too weak towards the later stages of this format, but with the shop now playing more fun decks, it's kind of seeing a bit more play, because these older decks like the Shadow Riders, potentially Urshifu, all really benefit from the extra cards that you see from it, especially considering they don't have solid draw engines on their first turn, and their setup is so important. We see Tom's arms come down. Oh, there's the Victini. I think Tom's just kind of waiting here like, please, I want to play too.
You could see him miming over here.
Say again?
You can see him miming in happiness.
I forget, yeah, if I crouch back I can actually see it. I keep thinking that I'm more out of the way than I actually am. So although I'm on top of a staircase, it's a big open staircase. I say on top of a staircase, it's like a room that has stairs.
Chairs.
But we are very close to the staircase.
Next to the door as well.
Yeah, it's next to the old door.
Yeah, I kind of think he should keep it wide open, but not.
No, I think he should keep it closed, and we should make this a permanent Reese office. Permanent office. Better lighting, get some nice decoration in here. Just use it as a content creation room.
Yeah. Bit more cleaning up. Sorted.
Yeah,
we can clean it up third day.
We have time.
Yeah,
unfortunately, Thursdays I'm busy until 5 o'clock, so I'm not down as early. But we can definitely get this cleaned up. But to be fair, all we see from Andrew is that also was just another Shadow Rider off that crowbar. But now we're seeing a Marnie, and Tom had a very rough start by the looks of it. Just opening a Shadow Rider V, attaching energy and nothing else. That means his turn 2 is going to be very slow.
Kind of thought Andrew turn was quite bad, stuff like plonking on board the Eternated.
He's still got to find a way of getting out of the active though. He did put the air balloon on the Shadow Rider, so maybe he's just thinking like, you know what? I'm happy just with this Radiant Eternated in the active. If you want to knock that out, that's fine. Because all I'm going to present you with is 2 and 3 prizes for the rest of the game. Oh, we see the VMAX coming down from Tom, and then a judge. So we have a Marnie into a judge. Maybe that hand just was not it. We got Tyler disappearing again. Yeah, if you wonder why I muted the mic earlier when I switched places, it was just because Tyler got called away, and I'd rather not run that leak people's conversations. It was nothing too serious, but purely out of respect for the customers, I don't really like having their conversations recorded without them knowing. And to be honest, it was not something you want to hear. Yeah, we're going to see that shuffle off the judge. Okay, we're drawing 1, 2, 3, and 4 as all judge players or people who get judged should. Any more, are you cheating? The amount of times, honestly, I've mistaken Marnie for judge. I think we just saw the pass from Tom after that judge. He just benched the Shadow Rider, and that was about it. We're going to see a heavy ball coming from Andrew. I don't think he's seen anything. I think he may be just using it to check the prizes. I think that was the case. He's going to use one ability, attach, draw 2. You can see an Ordinary Rod in the Fog Crystal. I don't think the Ordinary Rod's going to come into play just yet. No, because there is only 1 energy in there, and no Pokemon that he kind of wants to recycle. Sorry, I just moved up. I'll move back, give you some room.
Yeah. I mean, we're working in a tight corner after all.
It is a tight corner. We'll get it sorted. It'd be nice. Okay, so we have that Shadow Rider V, another one coming down. Andrew's looking up to, he chose violence today. Benching all the Shadow Riders. Going to see the Forest Sealstone. Oh no, so it was. Yeah, it was used. There we go. I thought it was used for that. Because sometimes an energy is kind of all you need, really, right?
Gonna be pop good.
Maybe could have got another VMAX. Just to evolve that second one, get some more energy down. Really start powering up. Just getting like, look, I can kill your VMAX in one shot, and there's nothing you can do about it. But again, we see a very slow start from Tom. I say again, he's only had a couple. A lot of the times he's been having perfect turns off to the races from the get-go. Is that a that is a Delbird. I've been trying to figure out what that coin was for the last second. From the angle, it looks very weird. But then you look at it and it's, oh, Delbird. What have you got there, mate?
I found these on the staircase.
You found these on the staircase?
Yeah, we've got a couple of death balls. Math potent.
Oh.
Some codes with Sun and Moon.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, so we're going to see that Shadow Rider ability used just to attach more energy, get going. And then we're going to see a pass. This is kind of how we're seeing this Shadow Rider, these Shadow Rider games play out. Is they're both just trying to go and attach energy, draw some cards, and get to that point where they are one-hitting each other, and the first person to be able to get to that point kind of wins from there, right? And we do see the spicy tech of a Drapion in Andrew's list and that Mewtwo to really prime everything up, but from such a slow start, I think you just kind of have to commit to those Shadow Riders from here on out. And from the side, we do see Andrew, who's got one more energy. One more energy than Tom, but we're going to see 2 more VMAXs coming on Tom's side. This could really benefit him now, really get that ball rolling. I think he did discard 1 VMAX, so
however,
we're only going to see the 1.
Tom is more. Tom is more toward. I don't want the KO that it entered because it can put up its side of either draw, do me some damage.
Yeah, and I think that's why we see the Eternities. Even if it is only for 1 Shadow Rider VMAX. Unfortunately, we did see him discard it off the research, the other one. Otherwise, that would have been perfect, really.
Yeah.
Just being able to get that other VMAX. We see that Drapion now in Andrew's hand, but there is no bench on the bench, really. But it could come in very useful. Not only does it skew the prize race, but it also takes 3 prizes. So we're gonna see another Marnie. Again, I think a lot of people are just a lot of these turns are just, I'm gonna limit your hand. No, I'm gonna limit your hand, and just try to block them from attaching energy while also building up the hand again. But
both of their games go like, oh yeah, Balin, all that one. The game going at a slow pace, I'm gonna play at a slow pace.
Yeah, well, they're both kind of preventing each other from really popping off.
No.
But you never know, off the right George, off the right
Marnie,
you might actually find something. There's the Collapse Stadium. Gonna get that Crobat off the bench. You know, an easy boss target, and it always has been an easy boss target, and that's kind of why we don't see it played as much anymore. Is because, you know, if you're giving away 2 prizes,
that's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt in the prize race, and eventually, especially when you have like this Eternatus that is 1 prizes, so it just opens that door to, you know, I can knock out a V, and I can knock out the Eternatus, and I can knock out a VMAX.
You can after eating it, you can only have 4. Yeah, you can only have 4.
Yeah. Not hindering either of their draw power, really. It did nothing for Tom. But it did get that Crobat, which, you know, you never know. With the way these games go, it might not actually be the avenue that we see taken, is trying to go the 2-1-3 route. Tom gonna research. What is he researching? Oh wait, let's have a look. We see a Judge. I can't see the entire hand. I think that was a Mewtwo V-Star. But I think Tom's very much the opinion, like, I really need to put these energies down. I need to get them down now. Which is fair enough. You know, I kind of agree. Like, when it's a race to see who can knock out who's VMAX first, you kind of want to, you know, be that person that knocks out the VMAX first, right? Because knocking it out hinders your opponent's damage next turn. But also, you take 3 prizes, and 3 prizes is a lot. And then you can just go down these different avenues. But Tom, again, we see that setting up of the Mewtwo. So it could just, you know, I'm going to prime everything.
You're going to prime everything.
I'm going to prime everything. So if you knock out a VMAX, I don't care too much, because I'm just going to knock out one in return for very little energy.
However, Andrew got set up quite nicely with, like,
he has got 90, a lot of damage.
180, 210, 240.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got 240 damage on board, and you know he's gonna have another chance now to now equip some energy, draw some cards.
Yeah.
We see 1 energy attached, but we didn't actually see too much drawn, except for that other VMAX. I think he's probably not going to evolve that, right? Probably not, because it is another 3 prize that's just on board. It's got no energy, easy strand target as of right now, and with the energy, a lot of energy being on board, it could be a bit of an issue. Trying to power that one up as well as trying to focus on the other ones. Because we see what 3, 6, 7, 8 energy on board. I believe these decks play around 13 to 14, like on at a high count, and then sort of like 10, 11 at a low count. So find those energies is going to be harder and harder. But if research definitely helps you get there. Definitely helps. Discard and draw 7, you know. The odds are you're probably hitting an energy. Especially with how thin these decks seem. I think, could we see a deck out before we see any prizes taken? I do doubt it. Oh, we're going to see Andrew. He's finally found that scoop up net. I believe it's probably only a one-of in the deck. Probably only a one-of. Just because it's only there for the Eternatus, so why would you play it for anything else? I mean, potentially the Manaflux when it comes down on the wrong matchup. But attaching energy, drawing 2 cards. And there is the first knockout on a VMAX, and now Tom is playing extremely behind. Not having that early game Mewtwo really hurts when we don't have much left to give. It really hurts. Didn't get the damage down early. Wasn't able to fully utilise that VMAX, and now his damage cap is very low. We only see 3 energy on the side of Tom. He can, of course, do that 120 to each V, which is, you know, very good for Prime and everything else, but it's whether his VMAX can, you know, survive those extra 2 hits. Because Andrew's probably, you know, he's most likely taking prize on this Mewtwo, and then all he really needs is a boss on that Eternatus, and that is game. But again, Tom is able to play out of this if he plays correctly. If he not plays correctly, if he gets lucky, in a sense, because if he gets everything prime, then he's able to knock out this choice belted Shadow Rider on the next turn. And then knock out another Shadow Rider the next turn, because if he knocks out this choice belted one, then again Andrew does not have that ability to one-hit KO, and Tom does have the ability to then one-hit KO because of the Mewtwo Prime and everything. He's going to Lost Vacuum, potentially the Choice Belt, yeah, because that's fixing a lot of numbers for Andrew. Like, it counts as essentially 1 energy that you don't have to equip. You don't have to use your Underworld Door, and you don't have to use your equip turn, and it essentially just counts as another energy for the deck. I think that's the number of cards in Andrew's hand potentially. Okay, we could see maybe a more aggressive approach from Tom here. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 damage. Energy retrieval. I don't think it reaches the realm of one hitting though. Or maybe just smacking into it and, you know, using that Mewtwo V-Star next turn. It gets the job done, but then Andrew is only, what, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 210, 240, 270. It's only, you know, potentially one energy away from just one hit KO in this VMAX in return anyway. Yeah, I think because both decks are running such high numbers, high counts of hand disruption, I think we see the dice coming down on the hand there, just so Tom doesn't have to go, how big's your hand? There we go. Yeah, that is going to be the game right there. So that is Andrew taking game 2. And again, we're kind of unsure on who won game 1 because it was a scoop, but it wasn't very evident who scooped. We'll have to see if they start setting up a second game. Oh no, those prices were awful. That makes sense why he didn't go with the Mew earlier. He had no way to find it if 2 of them prized. Well, not a very concrete way of finding it at least. We'll have to see if we see a game 3. But we do see Andrew taking game 2. Hello.
Hello, I'm back.
You're back again?
Yeah. Oh. Right. Why are there so many chairs?
We don't see Tom shuffling, so I think that is game that may be just 2-0 in favour of Andrew.
Let me take a bit of time.
We've seen Shadow Rider on this top table all day, and we see Tom playing it.
5 minutes.
5 minutes left. I don't see Tom shuffling.
No.
So I think it may have been Andrew that won that first game. But we've seen Tom at top table all day today, and then
Yeah.
just be taken out by Andrew, who just kind of comes out, and they're playing the same deck.
Oh, well,
but I think
right,
Andrew was just a lot faster.
Yeah.
For a slow match, he was faster.
Yeah.
However,
not what. I don't want a war satellite on top table again. I want something to price
it would
up.
be nice to have a bit of variation, but if it's
Yeah.
what's doing that, that's what's doing well. But yeah, guys, that was round 3. Hope you guys enjoyed. It is getting late, so I'm not sure if we're doing around round 4.
Yeah.
But if there is, I'll see you in it. If not, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like, subscribe. And if you're ever in Newcastle-Under-Lyme and you fancy some Pokemon, come down on Thursdays.
Yeah.
Manaflux Gaming. Very cool.